Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night / Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where you are in the world. I am in the Philippines, so it's Tuesday morning for me, but Monday night for most of the people who attend this call. So, enough about my location because what everybody wants to know about is what the hell is happening in the crypto markets. We had a big giant crash late last week and over the weekend. Lots of things swirling around in the markets overall. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. A friend of mine named Tuan has written a summary. He's in a trading group that I belong to. And so I'm going to share his summary. I asked him his permission, but he didn't respond. So this is a asking for forgiveness instead of permission kind of thing. So let's go here. Cause of the crash. We have political stability, instability in the U.S. You know, the election for president. And when we thought it was going to be Trump, who's generally believed to be more crypto friendly, especially based on his attendance at a Bitcoin conference last week, the market was pleased about that. But Kamala Harris, the Democratic candidate and current vice president, is moving up on I was going to say on the charts, but in the polls. I just saw a blurb on YouTube that a lot of American women really like her, so she may be getting, according to the female vote, which may or may not have anything to do with crypto. But anyway, the next is the economic data regarding the bearish job report, and there was some confusion in the market about that. Usually, when the job report is down, that pushes the market up because that's a sign of less inflation, which could lead to interest rate cuts. And at this point, it might be too late for the Fed to correct this economy based on interest rate cuts. We also have global tensions with Iran and Israel. War is never good for the economy unless you're selling weapons, but for markets like ours, not so much. An impact of the Japanese yen. This was kind of complicated. This has something to do with zero rates and their exchange rate and their currency, but the Japanese yen has fallen over 20%, and that's a pretty large economy, causing a ripple effect throughout, the money markets and stock markets overall. It's my understanding that a lot of Japanese people borrow and then invest what they borrow, and if they have losses, that can really cause problems. So that's what I have overall on the markets. And I will go ahead. If there's nothing else, if you guys want to chime in with anything, Frank, you're an international kind of guy. Anything to add?
I think the explanation I've heard is that the the yen was getting weak, and now because of the interest rates going up in Japan and they can't borrow at zero, they're having to sell whatever they invested in. And that's like US stocks. That's why they went down. Crypto went down to bring their money back to Japan, and they have to convert it to yen. So the yen's going back up
Mhm.
relative to the dollar. That's sort of what
Yeah,
explanation I got.
yeah, that's some helpful additional information. Thank you for that. All right, well, what do we do with all this? Well, I'm still a day trader and a short-term swing trader. I like dips like this to enter in certain trades, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I usually do. I did it yesterday, and I'm going to do it today, and that's look at the charts, look for good entries, make my 1 to 1.5% on day trades and 5 to 10% on short-term swings. And in that scenario, I like these dips. So go ahead and share my screen. We'll go to Altcoin Alert and look for some trades. Actually, we'll take a quick look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum markets as well. So right now I'm on Bitcoin. You see the big drop we've had. I mean, it's nearly 30%, and then we've recovered some of that today. So at least on my today, I'm on Philippines time at the moment, so my time's going to look a little different than yours.
Pretty close to the
Here,
786.
right, and the 618 is holding. This is what Frank's talking about is the Fibonacci retracement, and these can be excellent entry points. Other traders rely on these, but drawing one of these is a matter sort of an opinion, and I've had this going for a while. And I started my drawing over here at the 40,000 level from January. And so what this can show a trader is potential retraces to get into a trade. I mean, we broke through the 236, 382 aren't relied upon as much, but 0.5, 618, 786, and even 886 are common desirable retracement areas for traders to enter trades, especially on longer terms like the day and even the week and the month. So I like to add these just to show you that other traders, despite this dip, are looking to get in the market. So okay, so that's Bitcoin on a day chart. On Ethereum, I've got a different setup, just your basic support and resistance. And I've drew this support out quite a while ago, never really changed it. And we've also broken through all the EMAs, the 20, the 50, and the 200, and we're well below all of those on Ethereum. Got hit a little harder than Bitcoin probably because this happened so quickly after the ETF. Yeah, it's down 40%, but it's come back, claimed almost 10% of that. So it's coming back for now. We'll see if this is sustained. But regardless, we can use these dips for excellent entries. So on the day trading side, we're going to go to Altcoin Alert, and I am on the easy mode off, Altcoin Radar. So I've got all the I'm sorting. I have all the available columns for sorting. I'm going to refresh, get the most accurate information. The first sort I usually do is the AA score. I'm looking for values 80 and higher. And we've got quite a few. Jasmy has been up here for weeks. I've been trading this coin. I've talked about it before. I've got a trade going now. It just came out. So let's take a look at my Jasmy trade because I did this one this morning, and I got in right around 6:30, I think, right about here, because it had broken through the 50 on the RTI. We'll talk about the RTI a little bit later. So I was looking for it just to return to where it was a little while before that. I was just looking for this move here, back to, point little over 2 cents. It took a little dip on me, picked up an additional position, then I got out with this little move right here. So overall, I'm happy to see that, and I'll be looking to get in on a different trade. You can see that when it breaks below the 20, it recovers really well, and we'll go over that in a little bit more detail. But let's see, I want to go back here and look at some other options. So Jasmy, yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit more detail and see if there's any other qualifiers. Pepe is something I will trade on Coinbase, or not Coinbase, but one of the other spot trading options. And I've been trading Didex a lot. It was in the 78s earlier, so I didn't trade it today. I did a different sort to choose a different coin, but this one's been pretty good as well. And let's do a more thorough look at Jasmy. So this is my day trading layout. You guys should be used to this if you've been with me very long. Got the support and resistance, using the supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo. I like that indicator for support and resistance. And I'm willing to share this layout with you. Just email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com. And I'll copy this link and I'll send you a copy of it. And then you can use that copy to make your own layout, even tweak this a little bit if you want. Then I discussed earlier the RTI, the relative trend index. I've been using this for 9, 10 months now, doing really well with it. Each, oh, we just had a few alerts go off there. Uh, Jasmy just broke above the 50. I'm going to pass on this one because we're a little closer to this area than I would like. The red zone is still kind of far away at 2.2 cents. So if you want to get in now, I wouldn't blame you. Hold some funds back in case there's a dip and you want to buy another position to lower your entry price. But anyway, as you can see, we've got each time it breaks above the 20, it's done really well. See here, we've got over 5%, which is a great day trade. And over here with the big dump, when it came back, even if you're a little late on this one, 14%. So those are excellent day trades. Now it's showing some consolidation, maybe due for another push. We'll see. We'll look at some other coins and maybe come back to this one. Okay, now I forgot to add my short-term swing trade. So I'm going to do that now. Add that layout. And I got a lot of layouts, so. And it's being a little slow right now. Swing 1 hour. And I like to move that one over here. Okay, don't need that. And I'm on a Wi-Fi connection here at my Airbnb in the Philippines, so it's not the as fast connection as I had in the US. So please be a little patient. And I'm gonna get over to the Jasmy chart. And this should be on the 1 hour. And then my other indicator should load. I use the same indicator for support and resistance. I like the super trend for entries because it's alert friendly. Using it in and of itself is not a good idea, so I'm adding the Trendio LSMA, which is a moving average. So this looks pretty good to me on Jasmy and on the longer term swing. We're on the hour chart. It's coming out of the green zone, which is support. A buy signal is triggered, and we've kind of gone sideways and up a little bit. And we got the green on the Trendio LSMA. So we've got a few potential exits here if we take this trade. This mid area would be about 20%. That'd be a great one. This resistance here, 15. Another area of resistance here would be 28%. Another area of resistance here would be, 36 to 43%. Then if you get all the way up to the red zone, you're at over 50%. So yeah, I think it's worthwhile. Not trading advice or financial advice, but Jasmy's had a nice move up today, over 5% on at least on my day. And you may want to consider this as a swing. I'm regarding a day trade. Yeah, if you think it's going to break through and go to the red zone, that's 10%, 11%. I think an aggressive take profit like that would be reasonable, somewhere between 10% and 50%, depending on how long you want to hold it. So yeah, that's one thing I like about these crashes is the next couple days you start to get the recoveries, and those can be some pretty nice trades. Any questions on Jasmy? Okay, Altcoin Alert again. I did a social activity sort today. I'm going to match it up with trading activity. And Didix was in here. There's another one in here too, stores. This is one I was trading a lot earlier this year, and it's had a huge recovery. I like this because this is something I can potentially short. So let's look at stores. And we're on the day trading layout now. Waiting for storage to load. Okay. So it should be the same indicators you're used to seeing on my 15-minute day trading chart. And yeah, we're above the 80 on the RTI at the moment. And I'm not seeing the, okay, there we go. So those have loaded the supply and demand visible range in the red zone, starting to hook out of it, then bumped back up again. This one, when this breaks below the 80, especially if it's a strong move, I would take a short on this one. If you're just learning how to trade like this on day trades, you probably shouldn't be, shorting. That's usually involves leverage, and you're probably not ready for that. It's more risky. But on a long, you can see once it breaks above the 20 and breaks above the 50, those moves were very strong on stores. You got that 20 break here. It goes sideways and then whoa, way up there, 30%. And then when it broke above the 50, which happened right about here, same thing. And then when it breaks above the 50, I consider that more of a trend trade. I'm going to look at my cumulative delta for confirmation. If it's trending up as well, then I'll usually get in that trade. Okay, now on a swing, let's see what this looks like. Maybe you want to stay in longer, catch that retrace all the way back. Now it's already retraced over half. This one's having a better recovery than most of them. I'd probably go with Jasmine over this on a swing, but because this has already made a pretty big move. Currently, we're in a buy coming out of the green zone, but we're over halfway up. The LSMA is strong green pointing up. So this could be, a decent short-term trade, 5 to 10%. You may want to wait. You can set an alert on the super trend like this. Right click on it, add an alert. If you want to change both directions, leave it like this. For a long, you choose buy. For a short, you choose sell. And then notifications, notifying your app, toast notification, which is on the corner of your computer screen, and play a sound. There's a few to choose from here. So that's how you do that. And I didn't show how to set an alert on the day trading chart yet. So let me go over that real quick and remedy that. On my day trading chart, I put my alerts on the RTI. And like this. For going over the 20, it's going to be crossing up on the 20. And the rest of these values are whatever you want them to be. If you, like today, I've got a 20 and a 50 going on this one. And then if you want to trade both directions, you're going to enter a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. So this alert will trigger after it breaks above the 80 and dips back below in, or when it breaks below the 20 and comes back up. Now, it doesn't trigger when it breaks below the 20 because that could go forever for all we know. I want to see evidence of a recovery on those dips before I consider a trade. So you click create with the 80/20 and the entering channel, and you'll get something that looks like this. This rectangle. And again, when this dips below, I'll get that alert and I'll consider that as a short trade. If it crashes down below the 20 and then comes back up, something like this, then I consider that as a long. Okay, any questions on what I've shown on Altcoin Alert? Let's see, we've done a social activity sort, an AA score sort, and let's do something. I like the long-term sentiment sorts for swing trades. So we'll go ahead and sort by that. And then I'm going to match that up with the Elder Impulse Daily, like something like this, bullish and very bullish, or just bullish and bullish. So Dash is a contestant. That's kind of an older project, doesn't always move that well. CFX, Zcash, another older project. Band, I used to trade Band a lot last couple of years. Let's look at Band. So we'll still check this out as a day trade. And wait for that to load. Well, this is a little frustrating, isn't it? All right, there we go. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be able to move around these charts on the sharing side as fast as I would like. So hope you guys are patient. Okay, we don't have the supply and resistance logged in yet, but we do have the RTI, and it just broke above the 80. So this one's charging up there. I think we're a little late on this, but sometimes it breaks above the 80 and stays there a while. How much room do we have? Well, we got, 3 to 4%, 3 to 5% actually in this resistance range here. So there's a little bit of room if you want to get a quick scalp. I think that could be useful. Everything's pointing up. RTI is pointing up. Cumulative pointing up. So yeah, I'd suggest going in small and keeping some funds back, or setting a stop loss, down here below 90 cents. Okay, on the swing layout, okay, that loaded quickly. Good. This sort of looks like the Jasmine screen we looked at earlier. And we've got, almost 40% back to the red zone. And we had a buy signal trigger coming out of the green zone. Trendio LSMA pointing up. So this looks good to me. As a long, you might want to consider this one. And then I see resistance here, about 4.5%. Here at about 14%. Here at 25%. Here at 35, and then up 40 to 50. So you could choose any of those as a reasonable take profit, depending on your risk tolerance. Okay. Any questions on Band or anything we've looked at so far on iCoin or Altcoin Alert before we move to iCoinPro? Okay. Let's go to iCoinPro, home of the 123 dip. If you're been with me for any length of time, you've probably seen the training about the 123 dip. I use the 15-minute RTI to sort of mimic that once you're coming out of a 123 dip, you're likely to trigger an alert on the 15-minute RTI. But I still think there's some good information from this iCoinPro company, for more conservative day trading approaches. And then they've got a couple tools I like to use to help find coins to trade. That's the RSI Spy and the Buddy Coin Crawler. And I like to sort by the 1 hour RSI. RSI is similar to the RTI. And when it's below 30, that's something I usually want to look at, but we don't have anything below 30 on the 1 hour because the market's coming back today after a significant dip. This doesn't surprise me. Sometimes I will flip it around, sort it the opposite way, look for values above 70, something I can short. And this isn't really cooperating. All right, let's so as you can see when they're below 30, those are coins I like to look at. Just do sort of a, and then it does have Bitcoin pairs mixed in, which is unfortunate. I wish there was a way to get rid of those. I don't like trading Bitcoin pairs. It's like I'm trading two different coins. Okay, so that sort concluded, and these are the opposite direction. Storage might be ready for a sort or short, and then now it's sorted again for a long trade. And I'm not really seeing anything at all here for a potential long trade. And a short trade, maybe storage. That's the only one I see here that I'd want to trade on. We looked at storage already. So I'm going to bounce from this one and go over to the Buddy Coin Crawler, which is the other one I like. And on this one, it's just telling me what's moving. Doesn't really give me a direction one way or the other. And this isn't working. Okay, looks like it's loading now. Sorry for the delays. That's the third time I've apologized for that, so I think I'll stop doing that. Okay, so it's sorting from the average low to the SMA. The low is the 24-hour low, and the SMA is the red line between the Bollinger Bands that you see on my charts. And those are the green lines that sort of straddle the candle action. So I'm looking for values 4% or higher. We've got a lot of high values because of the dip we've had. So good old Jasmy is up there, STMX. And what's in here that I like? Near protocol is pretty good. I tend to trade that as a spot trade anyway. So Link is the one I chose today for spot trade or for day trading and swing trading. So we'll go to Link, look at that setup. And then I'll probably wrap it up. Oh, this is making me a little nuts. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, so on Link, we've got a break above the 80 on the RTI right here, trending up, and got some room to go. I'm seeing some resistance here. at around $11. And that's pretty much where the red zone begins. And the top of the red zone is up here around 1150. That'd be 15%. So 10 to 15% move if it gets all the way back up, but it's currently in the, it's currently broken the 80. I'd rather get in over here where it was last night and catch that move, but we're late for that one. And then we've got, yeah, I can't really see what our candles are doing here on the cumulative delta. Yeah, they're trending up nicely actually. So I think as a trend trade with all this information, this one could be good. And Link is something, personally I wouldn't mind holding anyway. So if I took it as a spot trade and went against me, that wouldn't bother me that much. I'd probably, do an additional purchase down here around 815, and then hold it for a while until it reaches my take profit. Okay. On the swing trade layout, wow, Link below $10. Huh. This looks pretty similar to Jasmy and the last one we looked at. It don't quite remember, but it's dipped into the green zone, bounced back up. The super trend has printed a buy, and then we got the Trendio LSMA green and pointing up. So this is a buy in this situation, and you've got retrace potential between 29 and 37% on a swing trade. Or you could be more conservative, get out here at this midpoint around 9%, this resistance area here at about 17, and again at 20, and again at about 25, 26. So all those would be reasonable exits on a take profit based on the retrace setup. So any questions on any of the coins that we talked about, or Altcoin Alert, or iCoinPro, or the markets overall? Okay, well, I'm glad you guys found me. A few of you did. And I'll wrap it up here and upload this so you folks can watch it on the recording. Those on the recording, please check out the opportunities listed in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel and a little bit of my travels here in Southeast Asia. I'll be going through different countries for the next 4 months or so. I'll be heading back to the US in mid to late November. But please keep on track your emails and the Slack group, and I'll keep you posted as to when this channel's gonna, or when this Zoom call is going to occur. And I have moved the Friday call to Thursday at this time. So the Friday call is now a Thursday call, and that will be at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.